Hello, everybody. Dacob here. Welcome back to Dacob in Betwixt and in Between, where we get to talk about what happens in the crevices or the crevici of fashion. Stuff that, they don't want you to know, but we analyze it anyway. We're going to be talking Louis Vuitton from LVMH today, and we're going to be talking about, listen to this, Louis Vuitton considering travel retail presence in China. What does this mean? Long story short, Louis Vuitton is because the Chinese market is booming and blossoming, they're considering opening duty-free shops for travelers in and out of China. We're going to get to the nitty-gritty of it right after you subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. You can push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today, get access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob spelled all together. Thank you to all my patrons and members who have already pledged. Without you, the Fashion Bunker wouldn't be here. And we are filming this video live. As you can see, my lovely co-chattors here in the chats. I live stream every Saturday, so be sure to join me and partake in the conversation because it's always a lot to talk about. Now, you guys, this news has been reported by who? Global Cosmetics News is reporting that Louis Vuitton said to be eyeing strategy shift, considering travel retail presence in China. What does this mean? This means that they're considering opening duty-free shops. They have never done this because they never reduced their prices. They never went on sale. They never wanted any sort of reductions going on with their company, with their brand. But now they're considering it because obviously what happens when you buy something duty-free, you don't pay the tax. So the price is cheaper. And so the details is according to two sources, Louis Vuitton will possibly open a duty-free shop in the Haitang Bay Shopping Center located in Sanya. This will be developed through an agreement with the mall's state-owned operator China Duty Free Group. The plan was said to have been unveiled at a presentation which took place in September in Shanghai. And the development indicates a strategy shift for the luxury fashion house, which has famously refused to offer any discounts in the past on its products. It is said to help the brand capitalize on the growing demand for luxury goods from Chinese shoppers. Isn't that interesting? I have a sneaky suspicion that all of this is also connected to the lockdown, to the whole economic situation we're in. Why the need to open a duty-free shop if you didn't have to do it in the past? You could open a lot of shops in China without them being in airports, without them being duty-free shops. You can just open them in the middle of cities. But you want to attract more. You want to sell more. And I think this is all connected to somebody just got shot, by the way. I'm just hearing shots, by the way. This is scary. Just a normal Saturday in the Fashion Bunker. Anyway, imagine this. Their whole strategy is veering towards, more the hypebeast stuff, less and less of the canvas of their heritage pieces. We got Virgil Abloh designing for them. The travesty of it all because the collections are just dreadful. Nicolas Ghesquière, to me, Nicolas Ghesquière was great at Balenciaga. I don't think he's doing a great job at Louis, but he's doing something at Louis. Both of them are doing something at Louis, and they are creating a look. They are creating a vibe of a modern type of fast fashion type of Louis Vuitton. And fast fashion can go into duty-free shops because it's not any longer the Louis Vuitton that we know and respect from the 80s and 90s. Joan Collins arriving at an airport with all suitcases from Louis Vuitton. Lady Diana, when she was alive, may she rest in peace. Leaving her yacht with the toiletry pouch. Back then it wasn't a 26, it was slightly different, but it was this toiletry she was just like carrying like that. Like those days of Louis Vuitton being that brand, synonymous with a type of leisurely luxury travel, those days are gone. Now Louis Vuitton has, because obviously stuff like this cannot go on sale. stuff like this is a heritage piece that is always in production. Like you don't reduce the price of iconic items. Like this is iconic. You might hate it, you might love it. It's irrelevant whether you hate it or not. This is iconic. It's just bottom line. So those days are gone. Louis is now all about the hypebeast moment. Louis Vuitton for Supreme. Louis Vuitton with Jeff Koons. So obviously, they're detaching themselves from this kind of very, very classical, gorgeous quality travel goods into fast fashion, luxury fast fashion. And I mean, you could love it or you could hate it. I personally think, yeah, it's about time they hit the duty-free shop. I wonder, however, if the duty-free shops are also going to carry the iconic classic pieces. Like, can you buy a Speedy at the duty-free shop? Or will the duty-free shops only carry the seasonal pieces? You know what I mean? Is the duty-free shop just going to carry the clothing line and a couple of seasonal accessories, seasonal travel items, but not the classic ones? Oh, Jackie, thank you so much for the super chat. Cheers, sweetie. This one's to you. The little super Dacob
99 cents
cheers
chat
glass.
From Jackie, Purple Heart, from Australia.
Cheers, sweetie. You know, this is where it's at, I think. I would like to know if they are going to reduce the price, or if they're going to sell in the duty-free shops also their classics. And if they do sell the classics, I wonder if Louis is going to kind of play a little trick and up the price anyway in Asia more than their prices are in Europe, but up them even more so that even after the duty-free price reduction, the products are still going to cost probably more than they would in Europe. I wonder if that's the end game that they're going for. You know what I mean? Just saying. Had classics at Heathrow duty-free. What are we talking about? Which brand? That's life now. Quack, says Rich Mitch. I'd assume they'll charge the full price and just keep the tax part of it themselves. Maybe LVMH being given a heads up to an upcoming anti-international travel campaign to keep Chinese holiday spending at home. Maybe, but I mean, it's thinking way ahead because they've been planning this for longer than just now, you know. Hey, Melikito, welcome to the chats. Oh, Louis Vuitton Heathrow duty free. So they're selling also the at Heathrow, but the Heathrow doesn't do duty free anymore. We just talked about this a couple of weeks ago. You know, this is a big issue. You know, other YouTubers traveling through Heathrow, they were going to Chanel or to, you know, Chanel doesn't do duty free anymore. Heathrow doesn't do duty free anymore. So Louis Vuitton does not do duty free at Heathrow. So the duty frees in Heathrow are not duty frees anymore, you know. So as I said, you could check out my other video on that topic, but we touched base on this, and it is not possible to purchase these. Now you can still get some sort of reductions if you have an address abroad and then they ship it to you, but then you can't carry it with you. It's too complicated. You can still in Europe, however, purchase stuff in a boutique and then get a certain percentage discount when you leave Europe at the border. That's kind of that type of tax refund that you can get. But you don't get a full percentage of tax refund. You just get a certain percentage because the companies that are the intermediators between the brands and the tax authorities, they take a cut off of the percentage that you get back. So there's that as an option if you don't live in Europe, if you live outside of Europe, but you're buying something in Europe. But then you got the tricky situation of technically you are obliged to then, upon arrival to your country of destination, to tell the import duty officers that you are importing a luxury good. And then you're going to have to pay your import luxury tax upon your arrival. So, you know, there's a whole situation going on there. Marina DXB says, I know that it is not anymore. I'm saying it's not that they just start duty free now. They had it for many years. No, according to this article, they did not in Asia. And they did not want to reduce their prices in Asia. So, let me just, it doesn't accept my fingerprint. So, as I said before, according to Global Cosmetics News, they are the ones reporting. Louis Vuitton said to be eyeing strategy shift considering travel retail presence in China. Huh? Heathrow, last I know, was not in China. Now, having said all of this, I think that all of these brands are reconsidering and working already towards even further massification of distribution of luxury goods. Which brings me to the topic of how fascinating is it that a lot of these luxury brands want to be super coveted, super difficult to obtain, cherished, treasured, but at the same time, overproduced. So, what, for example, again, back to the example of the cosmetic pouch, right? They don't even show it anymore on their website because they don't want to oversell it. So you can only buy it in the boutique. So it's not even available on their website. Chanel is limiting the sales of their bags, of their small leather goods, of their accessories. They're all like reducing, and yet they're making 10 collections a year. And they keep churning out more and more and more. So it's like they're really fighting a sort of a losing battle here because they're creating more and more and more. They're producing more and more and more than they ever did. And yet they're working harder than ever to make us believe that the product that they're producing is highly limited, when in reality, they're producing way more than they did in the past. So the product was much more limited in the past than it is today. So the strategy is to expand more and more because these luxury fashion houses have been expanding more and more. But at the same time, they want it to appear as if they are reducing more and more. And of course, you would think if they were really reducing more and more, wouldn't that be counterproductive? Because in a capitalistic society, you need to grow your percentages of revenue every year. And if you don't, well, you're not considered a healthy company economically. So how do you grow your company? Well, you make, you cut ends wherever you can, you fire people, you make one person do the job of three wherever possible. These little leather tabs are thinner than they used to be. You can save a little money with the leather. The canvas is thinner than it used to be. You save a little bit on that. You fire your whole department for quality control that you had in the past. You save money on that. You up the prices illogically without any reason other than wanting to up profits. You up your prices more often than regular. That's how you gain more profits there. When in reality, you're selling less because a lot of the stuff you're creating is just people don't want to buy. I mean, which one of us here is a fan of Louis Vuitton to a point to have head-to-toe outfits of Louis Vuitton? Which one of us wants to buy Louis Vuitton real jewelry? Which is what they keep pushing at us. They want you to buy the jewelry. Not even costume jewelry. We're talking jewelry. Like, who? You know what I mean? That's not what we know Louis Vuitton for. And yet they want that, I'm like, well, no, that's not who you are. That's not who you are. That's not what we know you for. Maybe you want to get there. You want people to want to desire those pieces from you, but that's not you. I don't go to Louis to buy jewelry. I don't go to Louis to buy perfumes. I go to Louis to buy my cosmetic pouch, my Speedy, my wallets, my travel items, because that's what they're known for. That's what they're best at doing. None of my Louis Vuitton pieces ever broke. They're amazing. And I have some of them for over a decade. And I use them on a daily basis. Hands down, the best luxury goods for heavy duty use. But hands down, not the brand to go for if I want jewelry. Not the brand to go for when I want a perfume. That's not the first brand I think of. Not the first brand I think of when I want to buy clothes. That's definitely not on my list when I think about Louis. So then again, duty free. What will be there? I wonder. And will there be some trickery in the pricing because it will be in China? So that's all I wanted to say. Let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are. I had to buy mine pre-loved, however, it was new in box, says Andrea. Talking about something, I don't know what. Debbie says, yes, firing quality control seems to be a move, too, after price increases. Decat says Louis Vuitton wants to be Cartier and Chanel wants to be Hermes. Yeah, nobody's happy. And the grass is always greener in the neighbor's garden. That is so true. And Jack Ray says, so true, Dacob, right? And Quang Hang says, I got the bracelet from Louis 2-3 years ago and the canvas on my bracelet came off. Can I come to the boutique to fix it? The warranty is expired after 3 years, so you might have to pay for it to get repaired. But and I don't know if it's fixable. Depends what sort of damage happened to the bracelet. But bottom line, you don't buy jewelry at Louis. Even less costume jewelry. You guys, it's not what they're known for. You don't, I mean, if you love the way it looks, buy it, but it's just, I don't know, The only thing I bought my scrunchie at Louis, but that's because it's a wonderful gimmick. But also ridiculous. I bought it because it's ridiculous. I didn't buy it because I thought, oh my God, a Louis Vuitton scrunchie. I thought, oh my God, what a wonderfully tacky thing that Louis Vuitton made this useless object, oversized object, made out of materials that they didn't end up using for their scarves, old scarves, repurposed to make a scrunchie. I thought that's a cute little nod to sustainability. But anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah. Depending on your purchase history at Louis Vuitton, they may or may not charge you for some repairs, says Miami. Right, but that's not for me to say. That's for them to decide. You can always, it doesn't cost you nothing to go to a boutique with the bracelet, show it to them and be like, hey, can anything be done to fix this? And then take it from there. Jesus says, I saw Louis Vuitton rings with the canvas and épée leather. They're like super tiny belts for your fingers. Super tacky, but I love them. There you go, you guys. And on that note, I wish you all a wonderful day. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Subscribe to my channel. Thumb up this video. And never forget to never give up on love. See you soon. Take care. Bye.